I have 5 next level die cutting tips to share with you today. Hi there, it's Therese from Lostinpaper, and if you love die cutting as much as I do, you're going to love these new dies from Altenew. This one's called the Hanging Garden die set, and I've got 2 cards to share, and I've got 5 extra special tips I want to share with you today. Starting with tip number 1. I want to have this die cut out of the orange cream cardstock here, but I thought rather than waste the whole piece of cardstock, and this is a trick that I often do, is I actually cut it to the size I would like a panel on my card front, and then I can die cut the piece that I want, or in this case the hanging garden. From that, use it, and then I can make a second card. So I am going to be doing a little bit of an inlay die cutting technique here, so I do need to make sure that I keep all these little pieces that you can see here just off to the side for the minute, and I've also kept the panel off to the side because we're going to work on this card a little bit later on. And I thought while I'm doing the die cutting, I will die cut a second version of this leaf, and this is from the Cherry Blossom Gradient cardstock set, which is the darkest colour called Razzleberry. Alright, so I'm starting on the card that I'm going to use the orange cream leaf on, and I want to make a really simple background. I've got the rose petal washi tape set, and this has 4 different colours in it. And I'm working directly on my card front here. This is a 110 pound Nina cardstock, so it's a nice heavyweight cardstock, and I've cut it and folded it already. And then basically I'm just lining up kind of a messy look of the washi tapes along the front here, just leaving like a rough white border around the edge. So die cutting tip number 2. I have this awesome die from Altenew, which is actually a shadow sentiment die, so that means it comes in 2 pieces. Now I've die cut the shadow piece first, which is the more solid die, and what I've done is set it on my die cutting plate, and I'm lining up the second die, which actually cuts the letters, directly over top, holding it in place with some low-tack tape, and then I can just run it through my die cutting machine. So what this is going to do, it's going to cut that sentiment out from the shadow and leave me with a very fine border. I'm not going to pull it apart just yet, we'll do that in a second, because first I want to actually get the remaining portion of my card together or ready to go. And what I did here was actually die cut the same leaf out a further 3 times out of some 80 pound Nina cardstock. I'm going to be layering this up just so that when I put the orange die cut on the card front, it just pops up that little bit on top of the washi tape. I didn't want to sit it flush onto the washi tape, but you could certainly do that if you wanted more of a 1-layer look. But I just wanted a bit of dimension, and this is a really easy way to get that dimension, and you can do this with any of your die cuts to give it a whole nother look. And you can actually add colours behind, you don't have to use white cardstock, and that just changes it up yet again. I just used a chisel liquid glue here, and it's not a very strong hold. It works well for paper on paper, and I do like that it gives me a little bit of wiggle room, so I have got time to move the fine die cut edges together and make sure they're in the right place before the glue takes hold. So this is my sentiment. I'm removing the pieces or the letters out of the shadow now, and I am going to use them on a different card today. And if you head to my blog, you'll see that card. It's quite different to these 2 cards that I've made in the video, so I really like to know what you think of that one, and also to see that die cut word used as it's intended. Now I shouldn't have used the chisel to try and adhere this sentiment to the front of my card, because the washi has a more of a shiny finish, and I'm sure it would hold eventually, but I just wasn't going to trust the adhesive of the chisel, so I did actually come in and add a few dots of liquid glue behind this sentiment, and I just knew that that was going to hold so much better. And that takes me to tip number 3, and this is to ensure you've got the perfect placement of the, in this case, the center of the A. I wanted to make sure that it was exactly where it needed to be, so I've temporarily set the A back in place within the die cut and then added a little bit of adhesive, and then I can fill in the negative portion with the die cut piece. I did have to hold it in place with a tool while I lifted the outside of the A up. I don't like to wait for it to dry before I lift it away because it could adhere to the letter that I have there. But because it was on the washi, I just had to make sure that it wasn't going to shift while I removed the letter. And I did use the liquid glue again here to hold my leaf in place. I just flip it over and cut the end of that off once it was dry. And that's the first card finished. And now we're going to go back to the original panel that I created to get the orange leaf and show you what I did with that. So I'm working on a top fold portrait card this time. I'm adding some glue tape behind the die cut pieces of the panel, including all those fine die cut areas. And that's a good thing about a dotted adhesive, is it will only stick to the cardstock, so it doesn't go sort of everywhere else. I've temporarily placed the pink version of the hanging garden die cut within the negative space, just to make sure that I can wriggle those pieces of the orange cardstock into place where they need to be before I add the adhesive to my pink cardstock. And then it's just a matter of popping it back into the negative space on the front of the card, just like a jigsaw puzzle piece, and it fits beautifully. And it doesn't take very long for this. I use some matte medium. The good thing about matte medium is it doesn't dry glossy and doesn't dry sticky, so that if any bits squish out the edge, they're not going to adhere to anything else or be able to be seen. Now this is the little pieces I've got off to the side. I'm just adding those back in with some tiny dots of liquid glue just to finish off the background so it looks completed. Alright, so now for the last 2 final tips, and they're both on the sentiment for this card. What I'm doing here is I'm white heat embossing sentiment from the Blossom Wreath stamp set, and this is just on a scrap piece of the same orange cardstock, because what I'm going to do here is create a false background, and this is something I'll often do for a sentiment. And I have the Apothecary Labels nesting die set, and I've done this before on some of my cards, and basically I'm using my nesting dies to create a frame, and in this case it's a frame for my sentiment. The third die here you can see is slightly smaller than the largest one and bigger than the middle one. It's the one that fits between, and I'm using that to die cut the sentiment itself, because this is going to go behind it and I don't want it to be seen. You don't have to die cut this piece. You could just cut it with a pair of scissors so that it's smaller than the frame you've created, but I just thought it was easier because I knew that middle size die was going to fit perfectly. So it's just handy sometimes if you don't know where you want your sentiment, or if you're worried about hitting your design with a heat tool after you've created it, you don't want the glue to lift or the cardstock to bend. By creating a false back on your sentiment, it makes it invisible and it looks like it was meant to be there and like you did it on the card when you created it. And I just love this technique of creating my own frame for my sentiment, and I'll link another video where I've done that before in the description below. So don't forget to head to my blog and see lots of pics of these cards, and to see the other card that I made and find out what's going along in the hop. If you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, it'd be great if you could subscribe to my channel. I appreciate every visit you make here. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.